4 billion years ago appeared like magic. Poof, poof, poof. Just appeared out of nowhere. And all available evidence does not support the theory of evolution, or there wouldn't be other theories. Liars. I don't know how to say this word, so I'm just going to pretend that I know how to say it. But none of this makes any sense. It doesn't make sense to a 5th grader. It doesn't make sense to a 3rd grader. It doesn't make sense to a 30-year-old. None of this makes any sense. If the single cell back then were, a Buick, the single cell now is a galaxy. See? Fossils. That's science. You don't have a clue. I don't want to hear about your theories and your stupid theories about how these creatures came from one cell when you can't prove it to me. You can't prove it. No one can prove it. Oh, but we think that that's what happened. No, just show me the animals. Tell me about them. Don't tell me that you know exactly how they came to be, because you don't. First, I love how they write these things like, this is what happened for sure. For sure, this is what happened first. Listen how dumb this sounds. How do you know this? It's a fairy tale. It's just a fairy tale. Just making it up. Maybe it all happened at once. Maybe. And that we can look at and see and form our own opinions on. Who writes this stuff? How do they know this? They don't. Today, tetrapods include reptiles, birds, and mammals like you. Their fins fell off, and then they grew feet. That's what they want you to believe, that their fins eventually fell off, and then they grew some feet and started walking on the land. A Coke can does not have a designer. Well, it's got letters on it, though. How did they get there? Well, the letters fell from the sky, but they were in the wrong order. Eventually, over time, though, they moved, and now they say something. No one would believe you. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. It's a dragon. Couldn't we? See, the reason they don't want you to say dragon is because they know there's evidence that people have seen something that looks like this. Are there prehistoric drawings on caves of dinosaurs? They can't explain that. Like, except dragons aren't a fantasy. Except dragons aren't a fantasy. Except dragons aren't a fantasy. No one considers that Neanderthals could just be people with big foreheads.